All right. So we're going to move on. Now it's going to be your turn.
Oh boy.
And so I'm going to be spinning my non-horror wheel for you, and
Okay.
then you're going to spin your horror wheel and see who we've got. So, oh fun. It's Borat.
Oh God.
So
Oh
Borat,
goodness.
for the
Oh
family out
boy.
there, Borat is from Kazakhstan, and he doesn't understand anything from outside of Kazakhstan.
Really, for my first time ever doing this, it's just really throwing me all the hardball.
Oh, really?
Stripe uh, from the evil gremlin.
We have if you'd like, because we can reuse characters for these Halloween specials. If you'd like to make things a little bit easier, you can re-roll Stripe, or I can re-roll Borat, whatever you'd like.
I feel like reroll Borat because I've literally never seen any of that because he infuriates me beyond belief.
Okay, fair enough. So, oh boy.
Oh no,
All
did it
right,
get worse?
we getting the women up in here. Um, so first of all, I want to say that we have previously used Stripe. It was Stripe the Gremlin versus Jim Evers. If you don't know who Jim Evers is, he is Eddie Murphy's character in Disney's The Haunted Mansion, and that was quite fun. But this time we have Stripe, the from Gremlins, versus Miss Frizzle
Oh my God.
from the Magic School Bus. Strap in, everyone.
All right.
Seatbelts, everyone!
This is
Please let
oh
this be a
wow.
field trip.
Oh, well, I was gonna say I could see this being like, all of a sudden Miss Rose was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna go on this really cool, really fun field trip."
All right, what are they learning about today?
Well, because where did isn't where Stripe found? He's like in China, right?
It's like one of those like Chinese stores. I
It's
forget
I
if
was
the movie like he gets him from China,
or
or
if he's
if it's
just like in like New York, China.
like a mysterious like Chinese store that disappears when you try and go back to it.
I'm like Googling where is Gizmo bought.
How about Gremlins?
He's, oh, it says Chinatown. Like they came from
Oh.
Chinatown. So like he didn't really even travel. Okay. So like I'll tell you here what happened because Miss Frizzle, she frizzles sometimes. She really wants to take the kids to like old like Mongolia, China to be like, let's learn about um, the Hans
History?
and things like that. And it's like
Okay.
the country. But what happens is the little lizard and one of the kids does something wrong and he's like, ah, he falls and they end up just in Chinatown.
Carlos.
So she's like, all right, well, we got to go here now because it's too much. You kids you're not listening. So we're going to go to Chinatown. And they stay because they find the really cool shop and they hear the little Mogwai doing his little music. Like she's like,
Mhm.
okay, okay, and he pops up, and then again, Carlos spills a drink. Evil gremlins
Carlos.
everywhere. So Miss Frizzle's like, oh no, like these are still cute. Like we can, we can teach them to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't go the right way.
Yep.
He just starts like eating everything and like producing more of himself to the
Mm-hmm.
point where he then by the end of it she just ends up with a school bus full of evil gremlins.
Oh.
The kids sadly kids are eaten
Oh.
or
So
left
what?
behind, and so now Miss Frizzle has to fear for herself and decides, you know what, still going to be a teacher. I'm going to try to teach all these evil gremlins to behave, and we're just going to go on great fun adventures.
I can see when the Mogwais turn into the evil gremlins, I can see yeah, Arnold's his name. He's like, I wanted a normal field trip, and then they just like start eating it.
He's like, oh no.
I knew I should have stayed home today.
Wanda's like, hey, gotta roll the dice somehow, Arnold. This is what happens.
Yep. And so Miss Frizzle's the only one that makes that alive of the original school bus. So you say that she tries to teach them.
I think that she's like, you know what? At this point, I don't like. She's pot committed because she has to bring something back.
Right.
She's like, maybe I can just say it was a school trip gone wrong and convince these parents that their kids are just think these are their kids. Just something magical happened and I can't turn them back.
I was really
then,
hoping that was what you'd say. She now tries to convince the parents that these are their children.
and then, out of the back of the school bus, Carlos pops up and she's like,
Carlos.
"Pa, no survivors. Everyone now gets
no witnesses.
Everyone
Make
now
mistakes.
gets an evil
Get
gremlin."
messy.
And then, like, she's like, "Okay, cool, whatever." And the next day she shows up and Stripe's just there and he's like, "I'm ready to learn." So then she just keeps going on magical field trips with evil gremlins.
With the gremlins. Honestly, they didn't even have to fight. And they didn't.
Yeah, I feel like they could. She's weird enough on that level that she wouldn't need to fight. She'd just be like, I can work with this and it's gonna be all right.
And I guess the gremlins are like manic enough to just roll with whatever she's got because
Pretty much.
she's no ordinary teacher.
No.
Miss Frizzle has never taught an actual lesson in her life. She just she just shows up and she's like, "Time for a field trip. We're going to space." Side note: remember that episode where Arnold almost died in space?
Yes.
Or Arnold did die in space and they brought him back.
So yeah, so it's like she's just like, these are the cards I'm dealt. I gotta go with it. I mean, this lady has a lizard that looks like a dinosaur. So
Yeah.
she can live with a few, gremlins.
Yeah, I think she can hang with the gremlins, and she's, crazy enough that the gremlins will just kind of deal.
Yeah.
They'll probably like it because now they get to go, all over. And
they like to dress up in weird costumes, so I could see her being like, I got stuff for you, and just dress them up to make them look like the children.
And actually through this, Miss Frizzle would just win because she's going to take them somewhere with daylight at some point and they'll just die.
Yeah, she would definitely forget the rules and then they'd all be in trouble.
Yeah.
She's like, let's go learn about the solar system and then drive by the sun, and then they all just like, I'm dying.
Let's go to the sun.
And then they just all explode in the school bus.
And
then she's like,
so Miss Frizzle wins. Send us your Miss Frizzle versus Gremlins fan art. And I don't know, we'll put it on a shirt or something. I don't know.
It's like great tagline. What would be a great tagline for that?
For Miss Frizzle versus Gremlins, like if this was a movie, what would the tagline be? Not your normal field trip.
No lunch on field trip either. Like, we're supposed to stop an hour ago. Nope.
No
sorry.
lunch.
No lunch for you.
No lunch break after midnight.
Or she would make it worse because she'd be like, let's go to the ocean. And then.
Oh, no. That doesn't
overrun by them.
This is actually Gremlins 3. This is the plot of Gremlins 3. That's why they didn't make one. Ralphie's done it again, and this time he's not going to be able to apologize. Or just the simple tagline, seatbelts, everyone!
Safety is not first.
Beep, beep, boom, boom, beep, beep. Oh. What fun. Again. No one would have thought of this. on
I'm
this
telling
show.
like, I told you when we started this, I was like, you're good. You're like, oh, won't have too many doubles. And I was like, I don't know how many doubles we'll have because I really went off the reservation for some of these. I feel.
I feel like we both have a very um good enough grasp on the horror genre that a lot of our first picks are going to be the same ones, but